Hello YouTube, how's it going? So, I've been meaning to make a couple of videos now about the United Nations organization. I suppose primarily I want to make these videos for educational purposes because I think it's important for people to know about, what's going on. It's important for people to know, or at least have some knowledge about international affairs and international politics. So, anyway, yeah. The UN Charter was signed on the 26th of June 1945 and it became effective on the 24th of October of the same year. The Charter is a constituent treaty binding on all members. The UN is composed of 192 member nations. So that's pretty much everyone in the world who comes under the authority, if you will, of this UN Charter. The Charter sets forth a preamble which calls for peace, international security, and respect for human rights. Chapter 1 sets forth the purposes of the organisation. Chapter 2 deals with UN membership issues. Then chapters 3 through 15, which is the real core or mass of the Charter, describes the institutions and bodies of the UN and their respective abilities and responsibilities. Chapters 16 and 17 describe the arrangements for integrating the UN with established international law. Chapters 18 and 19 deal with Charter amendment and ratification. Okay, so the UN has 6 principal organs. There's the General Assembly, which is the main deliberative assembly. There is the Security Council, and I'll go into details in another video. I'll go into details about the Security Council. The Security Council makes peace and security resolutions. There is the Economic and Social Council, which exists to promote economic and social development and cooperation on the world stage. And we have the Secretariat. The Secretariat provides the United Nations with studies, statistics, facilities, and data as the UN organisation requires. Then, of course, we have the prime judicial organ of the UN, the International Court of Justice. The UN also has a trusteeship council, which I believe was established to oversee decolonisation in the 20th century. but that council is no longer active. Other UN bodies include the World Food Programme, the World Health Organization, and the United Nations Children's Fund, which are all very worthy and admirable organisations. I'm sure you'll agree. The UN has existed now for what? 66 years? Has it significantly changed and positively developed during this time? Is the organisation in its present form still relevant? Is it effective? Should the UN have less powers or more powers? Does the UN require serious restructuring? Well, let's consider the General Assembly. The GA is composed of all UN member states. They vote on important issues, as I'm sure you can imagine. Issues are decided by majority vote. Each member has one vote. The Assembly has budgetary approval powers, and it constantly makes recommendations on various issues. But it should be obvious to everyone that the GA is very limited in scope and in powers, and it is effectively under the boot of the Security Council.